You can. Okay. Thank you.
It's supposed to be you.
Please join me in Gasho. And we recite Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Thank you.
Welcome to the Hamilton Buddhist Temple online service. My name is Frances Campbell. I'm your Master of Ceremonies for today's service. We are pleased to have Yoshi Sensei from the Toronto Buddhist Church presiding. Today we have our May Shotsuki Memorial Service. Please note that today's service is being recorded. This allows people who are unable to attend today to watch later. Only the service portion itself is recorded. Please join me in silent meditation.
Please close your eyes and steady your body to refocus yourself toward encountering Buddha Dharma.
Did you have cake last night at the party? No. Oh, cookies. There was pie.
Please open your eyes and please join me in Gasho. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda.
We will now recite the Shin Buddhist life principles. Entrusting in the vow of the Buddha, calling out the Buddha's name, I will pass through the journey of life with strength and joy. Revering the light of the Buddha, reflecting upon my imperfect self, I will strive to live a life of gratitude. Following the teachings of the Buddha, discerning the right path, I will share the true Dharma with all. Rejoicing in the compassion of the Buddha, respecting and aiding all sentient beings, I will work towards the welfare of society and the world. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. This month, we remember the following people: Kondo Shizuko, 2021. Kitamura Inez, 2016. Kitamura Jack, 2009. Kawai Teresa, 2007. Hashimoto Miyoko, 2001. Uchida Tsutomu, 1998. Tanaka Zenmatsu, 1993. Kudo Haruo, 1987. Tanaka Hideo, 1986. Okubo Tanematsu, 1985. Kondo Kikume, 1984. Sonoda Maki, 1984. Uchida Mino, 1976. Kawasaki Masao, 1970. Morino Kikuzo, 1966. Suzuki Fusa, 1960. And Watanabe Suie, 1956. We will now have Sensei recite the Sambujo. Sensei.
Thank you so much. Now we will start chanting sutras Sambujo, and today I believe we will chant Shoshinge. Namanda, Butz Namanda, Butz Namanda, Butz Namanda, Butz Namanda. じぽうにょらいにうどうじょうさんげなNow we will start chanting Shoshinge Sofu. 奇妙無量寿如来南無不可思議故法蔵菩薩意にじ財政自在を武将刀剣勝仏浄土院国土人で自然魔建立無常主将願長発慶大癖五行四唯四小十十世名称文字本不法無量無変更無下無体公園の少女寛義知恵根不断難事無所故超日学校精進戦一切群上無故障音願名号少女語死死信行願人上等学書大涅槃非死滅道願成就如来生意公主戦唯説弥陀本願会五辱悪事群上会往生如来如実語の北一年期愛心不打煩悩特涅槃凡上逆法再永入妙種侵入開一美 聖修信仰上昇後、意の水波無明安、どんない心臓しうむ、上不信心信心天、異尿にこふむ、うむしげみょむあん、逆心見兄弟狂気、即応超絶語悪臭、一切全幕本部に、本心如来偶然が、仏言古代小下者、銭名運なりけびだ仏本願念文、邪見教満悪衆生、信行十字人に難、難中しな昔、インド祭典し論下、中華自治域しこそ、現代諸公聖書意、病如来本税をき、釈迦如来両がせん、一種語名難天寺、龍樹大自主当選、質の財派有無権、戦前大乗無情報、召喚議事小安南、賢治南陽六六、信行異行指導欄、億年弥陀仏本願、次年即時入品上、唯の上昇如来語、おほ大悲偶然音、天神菩薩増論戦、奇妙無下光如来、永衆たら見心寺、光線を頂戴誓願、こういう本願力栄光、移動群上昇維新、記入功徳大崩壊、貧逆入大永収集、徳試練下造世界、即昇信用法精進、有望の林現人図、入生寺音寺おげ、本師鈍乱両天使、上皇 消防三大三蔵る四十条教本上専業気楽法天神菩薩論中元報道因果見性願おげねこゆたり少女死因ゆいしんじ惑前本部新人法承知承知即涅槃非死無量光明道小宇宙上回復家同社継承道南書唯名浄土活入万全自力変言宗円満特語感染症三不三神経音言増末法滅道品一生増悪地偶然死安行うが一生う名うか全道う独名う無所有因公愛上三陽逆案公明明語敬念介入本願第一回行者少女今後心教期一年総合用意大と略三人即小法小四条楽原神公開一大教延期安養官一切先祖終身反戦人法華二道小弁流国十悪人唯小分我薬剤非摂取中煩悩証言水不見大非無見上昇願本心元空明仏教米民全幕本部に新宗教書公編集戦弱本願具悪性現来生じ臨伝下ケチ義上異生死即入弱上無依頼一致信心意の入愚教大 しと上細無変極上安同族自主武道心有意か心しこうそう説しくどくよいどうせいさいどうほつぼだいしおうじょうあんなこナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツナマンダブツ
I would like to now welcome Sensei for his Gotae Dharma talk today.
Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you again. And last month, I believe Jeff Wilson Sensei came and to hold the Hamilton Buddhist Temple service. So I hope you enjoyed his Dharma talk and his chanting. And so it's a last month, right? Last month, second Sunday, Jeff Sensei attend the Hamilton Buddhist Temple service. So because I had to visit Winnipeg to hold their Shotsuki service. And now some temples open their doors, like Montreal, and I'm gonna visit the Ottawa and Montreal in June. So it's good to hold the service in person. So I hope I can see you like face to face soon. But I understand it's sometimes difficult. It's depend on the situation or depend on the location. So I totally understand it. So when I would like to share my experience like the past 2 months. So when I visit other temples. So when I done Montreal Buddhist Temple's Shotsuki service, I usually stay there to talk with members like a kind of a refreshment. So, but I immediately went back to the airport because I had bad experience at the airport in Montreal in January. I waited over 1.5 hours in the line to security check of my carrying on bag. So I heard I should pay like a $50 like a next I don't have to wait in the line at the airport. So next I think. Yeah. So but I didn't know about that, and I waited, and I almost late like a boarding time. But fortunately, I didn't wait for a long time when I went there in February or March. I didn't wait for a long time at the security checkpoint, but I got stopped at the air security check. So they opened my bag and took my. Have you ever seen my Yamaha tuner? Tuna, not tuna. Sorry, tuner. Like it's checking my sound like na na na. Like they show me like what is my tone or pitch. So I always bring this tuner to the when I visit other temple because I want to check my voice before chanting. So the security guy took my Yamaha tuner and asked me, "What is this?" And I explained like, "Oh, it's a tuner." So and when he opened other like a bag, he found my robe, like kimono. So he asked me, "What do you do?" So what is your occupation? And I told him I'm a Buddhist minister, and I had to hold a Buddhist service in Montreal. And he was so excited, like, "Oh, I have never seen Buddhist minister in Montreal. So how can I use it? Show me." So I chanted the Shoshinge, which we chanted. And I told him, "See, it works. It's not like a bomb, or it's not like a it's tuner." So and I was a little bit embarrassed because like other passenger look at me like what is he doing like at the airport? I chanted Shoshinge, so and I was tired, but it was so I bought the coffee because I wanted to relax and I wanted to read a book. So, but a couple who sat next to me asked me like, "Can I borrow your like cell phone charger?" And I said, "Oh, sure, I'm okay." And so my reading book, and I think they saw the Japanese character on the book, and "Oh, are you Japanese?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm a Japanese. What do you do in Canada?" And I said, "Oh, I'm doing the, I'm sharing the teaching of the Buddha in Canada." And "Oh, you're a Buddhist monk?" No, I'm a Buddhist monk. I'm a Buddhist minister. What is a minister? What is the difference? And I really want to know the teaching of the Buddha. So please explain. So I had to explain to them what is a teaching of the Buddha. So I really wanted to read a book, but I also enjoyed talking with them. So they wanted to know what is Buddhism, but they didn't know what is like a principles or basic teaching in the Buddhism. So I told them like three treasures or four noble truths. Our life is impermanent, our life is interdependent, our life is uncontrollable, and this makes us sometimes sufferings. So I explained them like basic teachings. So when I talked to them, I remember it's reminded me of something I learned in Honganji school long time ago. Yeah, sorry, I'd like to share my screen. So I believe it's, oh, sorry, Yoshi PC. Could you please make me co-host like Yoshi PC? I'm so sorry. My PowerPoint.
Should be okay now, Sensei.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. share screen. Yep, got it. And slideshow. Yep, thank you so much. Thank you. So I remembered what I learned in the Honganji temple when I was a student. We called Buddhism is Buddhyo in Japanese, which literally translates as the teachings of the Buddha. So I think you have heard many times that translation, the teaching of the Buddha. In this word, Buddhyo, there are two more concepts in the understanding that the teaching is the Buddha Dharma, or Dharma is teaching, or sorry, Dharma is a teaching, and teaching is Buddha. Buddha is teaching. So we sometimes think Buddha is like the picture, like Buddha has a human body and wear the robe, but actually teachings is Buddha. Dharma is Buddha. And also, we call it Bussoku Kyo in Japanese. And also, there are another translation, Jo Butsu Kyo. Jo Butsu Kyo means that the teachings that guide us to become a Buddha, the teachings that guide us to become a Buddha. So, Buddhyo, the teaching of the Buddha, has two more translations, Bussoku Kyo and Jo Butsu Kyo. So yeah, again, like I think many people have heard the first translation, but the second and third translation are also very important, because every Buddhist sect has different practices and style of meditation. However, the our purpose or goal is same. It is to become a Buddha, or to be accepted to become a Buddha. So, or sometimes people say to live from cycle of suffering and to become a Buddha. Right? So for example, when someone wants to go to the top of the mountain, it's their goal. Some people walk and climb to the top of the mountain, right? Like him. But other people ride a car middle of the mountain and they climb to the top of the mountain. Or other people just use a cable cars and go to the top of the mountain. So their purpose or their goal is the same. People want to go to the top of the mountain, but there are so many ways to go. So the same is true in Buddhism. The top of the mountain is to become a Buddha. So each Buddhist school has different ways, and we need a guidance to walk on Buddhist path to become a Buddha. So we need a right guidance, because if we just try to go top of the mountain by ourselves, it's easy to get lost in the mountain. So they need guidance. It's that same. Also, we need the guidance to become a Buddha. The guidance is sutra for us because they are Shakyamuni Buddha's words. And in Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, we have 3 treasures. They are called the 3 Pure Land Sutras. They explain us not only Buddha's name and Amida Buddha's 48 vows, but also it shows us what Amida's Pure Land is like. The Raja Sutra says, which is the most important sutra in Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, it said, Amida's Pure Land, there are beautiful trees blowing the cool breeze. There are lakes of clear water, and it's filled with voices that tells us the truth. So there we are emancipated from our desire and blind passion, and gives us true liberation from cycle of suffering. When we hear that, we imagine Amida Buddha is not only good place, but also it's a beautiful and comfortable place. And Shinran Shonin says, or he wrote in the Wasan, 少林宝珠吹くときは5つの音情をいたしつつ、九章はして次年なり、症状君を来すべし。It says, pure winds blows in the jewel trees. The trees produce the 5 tones for scales. The 2 kinds of tones of Q and Sho from 5 tones sounds are harmonized or spontaneous. The harmonized sound pay homage to Amida with respect and purity. So Eastern Asian musical scale have 5 tones, Q, Sho, Kaku, Chi, U. But I think European music scale, there are how many? 7? Like Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So, La, Si, Do, or Si, 8 or 7 or 8, right? But Eastern Asia, we just have Kyu, Sho, Kaku, Chi, U, like 5 tones. And when we hear the sound, and Q sound represents C sound, like a do sound. And Sho sound represents D sound, is a Re. So when we hear those sounds C and D together, we feel uncomfortable because it's not harmony. So if you have played the music like instrument, I think you will know. So, but I brought the I'm not sure you can hear it. Can you hear? Okay, so and C and D sound, it's not good sound. Can you hear? But when we hear C and E, it's a good sound. But Q and Sho sound, no good sound, because it's not harmonized. Yeah, I always use this when I practice the chanting. So that is why we feel uncomfortable when we hear the D and C sound together. However, the Wasan Shinran Shonin wrote Jinen Nari. That means this harmonized sound becomes beautiful sound in the Pure Land. So when I read this Wasan, I thought the sound of Q and sound of Sho is like us, the human beings, who has a bono, deep desires. We live our lives thinking we are always right. So we every try to make we sorry. We sometimes try to make others right by putting forth what we think is justice. So in the world there are in the world where everyone believes they are right, there is constant fighting. So it's not that Q is wrong or show sound is wrong, but when Q and show are put together, they cannot be in harmony with each other. So Amida Buddha was sad by our situation and vowed to open the Pure Land for us, or where Q and show sound would naturally harmonize with each other. This is what we can read from his wasan. At some local temples in Japan, Amida Buddha is sometimes called Oyasama, which means honored parent. So it's easy to see Amida Buddha as a parent because Amida's compassion and wisdom is like care of a parent. For example, like two siblings, like a child C, child D, or child Q, or child Show. They fight all the time a lot. Of course, the parent doesn't like it, and the parent doesn't want to them fight, and they say, "Stop it! Don't fight it!" Like as a peacekeeper, right? So the parent, as a peacekeeper, doesn't take the side. They always give affection to both of children. So when the children feel the embrace or accept of the parent, the children calm down, and when they are calm, it is an opportunity to self-reflection and step back and see their roles in the situation. So I think I have said in the Hamilton, like I have two siblings, like an older brother and older sister, and myself. And I believe my mother didn't give us like a 33% her affection or love, and 33% to my older sister, and 33% to myself, and 1% to my father. So she always gave us 100% to my brother, 100% to my sister, 100% of her love to myself. And I hope she also gave 120% love to my father. So, and she has never taken side. She always took care of us like 100%. So when we felt her affection, we think, oh yeah, why we fought? So and why she's so sad when we fight? You know, it's a self-reflection. So I think we tend to judge others' behavior as right or wrong sometimes without reflection on ourselves. But in Buddhism, it is the most important practice is self-reflection. The more we learn about Buddhism, the more we realize we are living with Bonno and keeps us ignorant. And so we need to listen Buddha Dharma. And in Jodo Shinshu said, listening to the Buddha Dharma is a very important practice because it let us know, the Buddha established the Pure Land to accept us just as we are. Moreover, Amida has wished for us to reborn into the Pure Land as to become a Buddha before we wish it. When we realize that I cannot help saying Namo Amida Butsu and Namo Amida Butsu. Yeah, thank you so much for listening to my Dharma message today. I'd like to close my message with Gasho. Namandavats, 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 Namandavats. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei, for your always inspiring Dharma talks. It was very good today. Let us now recite the golden chain of love. I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. May I be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. May I think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda. Announcements. On behalf of the Hamilton Buddhist Temple, we would like to thank Yoshi Sensei for today's Dharma talk and the Toronto Buddhist Church for supporting our temple and for providing us with Yoshi Sensei's services. We are also grateful for the support from the Jodo Shinshu Buddhist Temples of Canada National Board and from the ministers and temples across Canada. Future services, our next service will continue to be online on June the 12th at 11 a.m. We hope you can join us. We will be contacting members to discuss various updates and we'll be seeking their thoughts on the future services.
Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about this particular campaign. I'm actually involved with two campaigns. One is more Toronto-based, it's called Not One Seat, but this one is the Ontario Climate Emergency Campaign. It's actually sponsored by the David Suzuki Foundation, Environmental Defense, and Climate Fast, which is the organization I belong to, along with several other environmental organizations. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to emphasize to the candidates who are running in the Ontario provincial election that they need to take drastic and urgent action to deal with climate change. There are 12 actions that we are asking all political candidates to undertake. And at the last annual general meeting for Hamilton Buddhist Temple, the attendees agreed to sign on as a group to this campaign, but they also have individual sign-ons. And I'm just going to put that link in the chat. I think Marlene's going to send this out in an email, but I did want to just mention it here while I had the opportunity. So here's the link for the individual sign-on. So as I mentioned, we've signed on as an organization, the Hamilton Buddhist Temple, but you can also sign on as an individual. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that I have been giving a climate change presentation. I gave that to the Jodo Shinshu Buddhist Temples of Canada, but in case you missed it, I am doing a repeat presentation to the Calgary Buddhist Temple. And we have a registration link, which I'll also put into the chat. And it's actually quite a ways away. It's June 5th, and it's at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, but I think it's 1 p.m. Mountain Time. So that's the link. If you're interested and have the time, it'll be on June 5th at 3 p.m. And that's it. So I'll hand things back to Francis. Thank you.
This brings the formal portion of our service to a close. Please put your hands together in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.